But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory. Hello everybody and welcome to week 4 of the CVRcade Derny Cup. Once again, we are back here with more racing where one physical rider and one non-physical get together and their points combined make up the team. It's one of the more interesting race dynamics on CVRcade. You've got one person who all he's got to do is press left and right, where the other has got to pedal their bike as quickly as they can and make decisions under stress. We've got a little graphic here, it's actually on this side, to show you just what the teams are. We've got Queen Bees, Physical is Jennifer, we got Kayla, Velocity Night and Morning. Unfortunately, Carl is a no-show. Team Cycling Up, Casey and Quentin. Kings of the North, Chris and Cameron decided to only show up week 1. We haven't seen them since. Velocity, Haas and Skillpelon, Peter and Vibeke. Then we've got Sebastian Kuhn and somebody who I cannot wait to talk to, Homer Thompson, Hive Hornets, Timothy Tamont and Glenn. But, guys, where's the bagpipes? Where's the music? Homer Thompson, the question in everyone's mind is, why?
It was time. Time.
It was time. What does Elizabeth think?
Oh, I think she enjoys this much better than the other Homer, but
well, you know what? Is this the final form of Homer Thompson? Now the beard's come off, you know, the extra weight has come off. Now it's time to go into full Super Saiyan mode.
My face changes on a regular basis, so no, this is not the end.
Well, good luck, Homer. 15 seconds to go here as the first race gets underway. Now, this race, it is the first race of the day, first event. It's Kayla's Mountain Track. You've got 3 laps. Now, I did just see we had Quantum Shift, we had Crashable, we had Corner Caper, so there is Quantum Shift on as an ability here. Now, I don't believe that was supposed to be the case, but go with it. So now you can ride inside each other here and you can come on through, and we're going to see the racers play this one out. So a higher drafting percentage will be available in this one, and for some, it'll be refreshing. You get more of a warm-up here, but if you lose the draft, it can be all over from the gun. Quentin Molyneux chilling, he's got his cap on, he's got a shirt on, he's eating some crisps here. He's even got the little headwind over his left-hand shoulder. You'll see he puts up M&M's. So evolving from Walker's Crisps over to chocolate. Well, Glenn and Quentin are on the attack together, and for the first time ever, well, first time solo appearance, it is Glenn Hebelink of Belgium, one half of the Hive Hornets. It is officially his birthday today as well, so what better way to celebrate it than in the company of those that are the best, and we all know the best is the CVRcade racing community. Here off the gun, we have Jennifer Garcia having to use her comeback kit super here to get back on, so she is back on touch here. I don't see her teammate. I don't think I see Kayla Laguna just yet out on the map. We look down. Kayla is indeed out there, but she missed the early attack. She's down in 18th place, and it's up to Jennifer to hold the flag high on this one. 1 kilometer remaining. We are coming up to the final lap of racing already. This is going to be a fast day, guys. We've got 3 fast events, and then we have Rocky Mountains 2 laps. It's going to be fun here as the final lap beckons here on the front. It is 6 riders. It's Jennifer Garcia. It is Homer Thompson, Christian Weidman, Quentin Molyneux, Casey Shum, and it looks like Timothy Tamont has lost out here on the first race. So the Hive Hornets are having to make up from Timothy Tamont, who they won last week, off to a bad start here. 400 meters. Casey Shum on the left, Jennifer Garcia on the right here. Who's going to be the first one to go? So far, nobody is going. We got Sebastian. He's 18 seconds down. He's not going, but here somebody goes. It is Christian Whiteman. It's Jennifer moving through. Still nobody goes. And there goes Casey. Casey goes 1,200 equalized watts. He pushes on through 68 kilometers an hour. But here comes Christian Whiteman. He's closing it down, but Casey Shum, with a smile on his face, takes the victory in front of Christian. Then Jennifer, and that puts Cycling Hub into the lead, but it is very close further down. Sebastian Kuhn having to catch up to Velocity, Haas and Skillpeln, who are back after hiatus. Peter Kastrup and Vibeke Bertram are back in the racing, and they come over across the line here, but the advantage is currently with Team Cycling Hub as we see the finale once more time here. As we now move on to Sidewinder, the second event of the day, the new map. We do have Casey on audio. Casey, I saw you smile. Was it good to have the old low skill event back?
Yeah, it was the warm-up I needed today, yeah. Having a hard time getting the legs warmed up a little bit. And the lungs, I might be starting to get a cold, I'm not sure. So my lungs are actually on fire right now. But yeah, I mean, the other type of no skill is probably funner to watch and more competitive. This one's a little more random. But this is a really good warm-up type event for my legs. So I'll take either one and we'll deal with it, whichever one the organizers decide to do. But yeah, that's a good win. In a smaller group, it's a little more able to kind of time your sprint. When we got the really big groups, it's hard to time and it gets really random.
Now, one race down. Casey, I wish you good luck with you and Quentin here. Quentin fueling on some M&Ms. Somebody who I've seen practicing a lot Sidewinder is Sebastian Kuhn, and they are currently sitting second at 38 points. We briefly heard from his teammate Homer Thompson. Seb, what did you find in your findings as you reconned Sidewinder?
As doesn't matter. I'm asking myself whom I'm racing today with. Is it Homer's son? I'm totally disturbed by my partner.
He didn't tell you. Oh. No. Do we sense trouble in paradise?
Yeah, I think without the beard, he will go faster as ever. So we take the win, I think.
I like it, Seb. Here comes up next, Racer Edge on Sidewinder. Sebastian Kuhn thinking they'll take the win here with Homer Thompson's son. Good luck, Sebastian. Good luck, Homer. We don't have Peter, and we don't have Vibeke in the broadcast here, but we do have Glenn. And Glenn was up there. He was fighting the good fight, but where was your other half, Glenn? It was only you. We were missing the other Belgian.
Yeah, I think Timothy has some trouble getting... I think he's still on the keyboard, or the game tells him he's still on the keyboard, so... We might have some problems here.
You've got to get him set up. You guys are the defending week winners of the CVRcade Derny Cup. If he doesn't get back on, it's going to be tough for you guys to get back.
Yeah, it will. And that on my birthday. It's not a good sign.
Especially with Dark Matter Velo at the end too, who I know Timothy's been talking up, Glenn. Hopefully you get it all sorted out and you can get Timothy Tamont back on. Let's go and chat with Jennifer, because 3 minutes to go here before the next race begins. Jennifer, that last race, you were up there near the front, but you were missing Kayla. You two kind of have a history of making each other crash. Is that going to be more of the same this week?
Yes, I was watching the chat. I don't think so. The way these races are set up, I don't know how close the keyboard and the physical riders are going to be to one another, which just might be a good thing for our crashing history.
That's too funny. Now, you know, coming into this one, Jennifer, you and Kayla have both been on the upwards trend in terms of form, in terms of fitness. Is this all a plan towards peaking in week 8, you know, walking away with all the big money?
I hope so. Slowly but surely. I like to be the underdog. So, you know, everyone, like, except for some of the big names out there, like, you know, Quentin is very content. Most people on CVRcade are not that way, myself included, and it just cycles. So hopefully it's on the upward trend now. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Plenty of racing left here on week 4 of the CVRcade Derny Cup. One race down. Up next is Sidewinder. And Sidewinder, I'm not sure what Casey is doing here, but I see him waving at the camera. What's up, Casey?
Real quick, Timothy, I've had this bug before. Once you're in an event, you can't change the input device. If he leaves the event, changes the input device, he can come back in.
Yes.
So I want to race with Timothy, not win by default or whatever. So that's what's going on with him, I think.
Now,
So-
that is not a bug. I think you're not supposed to be able to change the power output once you're in an event, so make sure you do go out, Timothy, if that is what you are experiencing. But thank you, Casey, for helping on out as we just see the highlights once more. We are on Sidewinder. Sidewinder is an exclusive map to this week in the racing. It was released last Thursday when the racing was made available, was announced, and it'll be raced today and today only. Tomorrow it will go away. So if you want to race Sidewinder, you've got this chance in Zone K, you've got another chance in Zone L, we're going to have some crossplay, and then Zone T later on tonight. So if you want to try Sidewinder, you can try it now. Of course, it may very well come back. If it's a success, come back in Season 3, maybe later in Season 2. But this is what's going to happen. Maps are going to come in, they're going to come out, they're going to be a bit more exclusive. There's several other maps as well in the pipeline. We've recently seen Dashed Against the Rocks, Electric Fidget, have been really good maps in the racing. Tiki Turns. Now Sidewinder gets added to that. But Racer Edge is an ability in this race. Get ready for some fast-paced action. Those that have done their homework, those that know the corner speeds are going to be in for an advantage here as they get ready. Sidewinder, for the first time in CVRcade racing history here in the CVRcade Derny Cup, gets underway. It's Jeff Rooney at 1,000 equalized watts here off the front. So he is all alone today without his partner in crime, Carl Axel Sander. And while he's concentrating the most, let's check on Jeff's ability to multitask. Jeff, flying solo today, or are you just going to go for the individual stage wins?
Something like that. Try and save a little bit of grace.
I like it. You got Casey hot on your heels. Casey at 190 here, and you did hear Casey talk about maybe catching a cold. It'd be unfortunate timing here, but so far so good as he flies out of the gate. He's got Jeff Rooney who can give him that draft, and you'll see that just like this, everybody is in ones and ones and ones. Vibeka's off the back, Glenn's off the back. Glenn crashed earlier, and then further up here you've got Quentin, Sebastian, Homer, Christian, Peter, Jennifer, Casey, and Jeff. As Casey uses his greater responsibility super here to come around Jeff, leave the front here, and come on through with an 89 inertia. He just gets through the corner. He's definitely practiced that one. He knew what the corner speed was. 89 kilometers an hour just on the outside. But he's only got a 2-second gap. Despite all that, he's only gotten a 2-second gap over Jeff Rooney on the keyboard behind him as Homer Thompson totally revitalized back. I mean, as Sebastian said, this is crazy. But Homer Thompson up here, greater responsibility. He is trying to catch back up to Peter Castrop, who is 1 second, 2 seconds up the road. But as he comes to the side here, he crashes. And when you've got Racer's Edge on, it is just touch and go as you come to the edge of the corner, whether you're going to stay upright or not. Casey just got to the edge, he didn't crash, and here for Homer Thompson, he now falls down. And when you look at the scoreboard, it is cycling up out to an early lead here. 30 points ahead of the second team, the Cockmasters. Then you've got Kayla and Jennifer, only 0.2 of a point behind here. So Jennifer, strong performance here near the top here as she just slides to the edge as well. So that's the second time we've seen it here on Sidewinder where they've just gone to the edge and not gone over it. But Jeff, strong performance in second place. Quentin is catching up too as well. But Casey, with all his supers gone here, it is now up to the next. You get one great responsibility, one underdog, and one inertia, and you've already got Racer's Edge as an ability. This is so incredibly fast. Up next after this, we've got 2 laps of Rocky Mountains, which is going to be the long race of the day. So we're going to see how that one pans up. But we've still got plenty of racing left here. I see we've got TruthXX in the chat saying, hello Jesper, it's good to have you in here, Truth. As Peter and Quentin just bump, and you can see Quentin look at the screen there. Quentin, what was that reaction?
I didn't expect that block, to be honest. I was taken by surprise, but yeah.
I think that was razor edge, whether it was going to happen or not, as Jennifer slides out in the corner here. She got to the very edge early on here. She hits the corner speed. Now she's forced to use her greater responsibility to catch back up, but the racing is very much on at the front. Jeff Rooney versus Casey Shum here. Jeff Rooney on a keyboard. It's 700 meters to go. Jeff is at 89 kilometers an hour on his inertia. 4 seconds is the gap here, but Casey Shum standing up, stamping down his authority here, and he's doing a great job. As you can see, Jeff Rooney wishing he could just get his avatar to go that bit faster. 300 meters left for Casey Shum in first place. Great super usage from him, timing his great responsibility and his inertia. Now he's got the finish line straight in front of him, and they're going to extend their lead to 30 points at the top here in front of Peter Kastrup and Vibeke Bertram. But you can see Casey Shum slowly starting to look like he's fatigued, and the next race coming up is Rocky Mountain. That is a rather physically enduring map to race on. So we'll see if he can recover in time to go again. As Jennifer once more to the edge and shakes her head here. She's only got about 400 meters to finish. And Sebastian Kuhn is coming up quick. You've got the Cognition rider who goes on the inside. He's so happy. Sebastian Kuhn celebrating like he just won the World Cup. Jennifer next over the line. Then you've got Homer Thompson further down, but that does put them a bit further up. There's a good fight here for secondary positions. Cockmasters, Velocity Haas and Skillpellen, Kayla and Jennifer, and you know, those 3 teams right now within 11 points, and then we do have that early lead towards the top as Homer Thompson finishes. As we see the highlights here again of the finish, we're gonna hear from Casey Shum in just a second, because Casey, again, that super at 89. Did you know or did you not know that was the corner speed?
Me, I knew the corner speed on every corner. No, without a doubt. I've slid every corner on there to the max at least 30 times. That was my second best place to use the power-ups. The best place was too risky with Jeff ahead of me and the corner slides. The biggest gamble is turn 1. Between Quentin and I, we've been through turn 1 probably 50 times over speed, and we've wrecked like 5 times. So you're not guaranteed to make turn 1 sliding, but we risked it with about a 10% chance of wrecking, and I think we all made it through. But I knew with the momentum, it's all about momentum. Get out front, hit the corner speeds, don't overslow. The Razor is easy to hold power or to hold momentum. It's getting the gap and getting free track, similar to that electric fidget. It's just about getting the gap and racing the course for the best lap time.
Do you want to see Sidewinder return? What was your first experience like racing it?
That was a lot of anxiety getting ready for that race. I told Quentin this morning, we spent more time on Sidewinder, 1.5 times, than probably any other track getting started. And it wasn't Sidewinder, it was the Razor. They really changed it up. But yeah, I like the track. Without the Razor, it's a completely different race, because then you really only have probably 2 corner speeds that matter without supers. So it would be brutal if you had wind, though. Sidewinder with wind would be an ugly power track. With the Razor, it's a technical track.
There you heard it, everybody. Next time Sidewinder is going to be raced, it's going to have that 30-kilometer-an-hour crosswind that Carl Axel Sander requested over on the Cade Riders forums. Let's have a look at the teams once more, just to give you a refresher. Queen B, Jennifer and Kayla, currently sitting in 4th. Team Cycling Up, leading with Casey and Quinton. Velocity Haas and Skillpeln in 3rd. Hive Hornets, Timothy, Timon, and Glenn. Looks like Timothy is rage quit. Then you got the Cockmasters with Sebastian Kuhn and Homer Thompson in 2nd place, and Terminal Velocity with Christian Weidman in here. Now, going back into the racing, as there's 3 minutes until the racing gets underway. Sebastian, I mean, your celebrations, I mean, it's so good. You came on the inside, you overhauled Jennifer. I mean, what was that level, like that rush of dopamine? What was that like?
Yeah, that was very unexpected. I was alone nearly the whole race. And suddenly I see someone crash in front of me right before the finish line. So I could not do other than let my emotions all out.
I get it, Seb. I understand it. But on the receiving end of that was Jennifer Garcia. Jennifer, I don't think I've seen you so frustrated or flustered ever. Talk me through your experience. Not once, but twice I saw you go, what?
So I was really disappointed in myself just because usually like during races, I will have to, no matter where I'm at, like just give my legs a rest and just like let it be. And this race, aside from like soft pedaling on the corners, the entire race was going for it. And so I was so excited, even though I wasn't even in the top 3, I think I was like 4th or 5th. I was so happy with myself. And then I get into the corner, like the first crash, I was like, it's okay, like I can make it up, like use my power ups. And then right there, and I knew Seb, and I knew I could have blocked him, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna let him go, and because he looked so happy, but I was not happy. So good job, Seb. He was on it, ready to catch me. Some people aren't ready when people crash, and he was. So good on him.
I like how you say you could have blocked Seb. I think everyone's going to adopt that one going forward. I could have put on a block, but I'm just a better human being, so I'm not going to do that.
You're right. I probably could have executed it.
Good luck, Jennifer. Rocky Mountains, the map you made your name on first, coming onto the scene. We'll see if you can take that anger in. Let's get a status report from Glenn, because Timothy Timon has just seemingly left the building like Elvis Presley. Where is Timothy?
Yeah, good question. I think he rage quitted a little, just a little.
On your birthday of all days, Glenn, are you disappointed?
I mean, yeah, I thought, we would compete for, a spot here, but seems like it's not the case today. So.
Well, there's always the cross-play Omnium coming up after this. Is that the one you're going for now?
Yeah, of course, yeah. And I think Timothy just fixed this problem as well. So we should have 2 tracks where we can do something here.
I love it. I'll see you later in the racing, Glenn, and Timothy becomes back. Casey Shum, ready to go. Rocky Mountains, 2 laps of racing here at the front. Lots of racing on display here. The last 2 events have a scoring multiplier of 2.5 each. So this race is really going to determine who comes out on top as we hit the initial gradients here. It's Jeff Rooney, it's Christian Weidman, it's Peter Kastrup making the initial attack here with Jennifer Garcia in 4th and Casey in 5th. I think the actual threat here could be Velocity, Haas and Skillpeln, but the question is Peter, is Vibeke, are they streaming into the VMix? Sorry, are they streaming into the broadcast widget in the game? Because you can do so. There was a post made announced that, if you don't get into the broadcast here on Mixer, you can stream over in the game in the broadcast widget, and the team will be looking for it. So make sure, Peter, Vibeke, if you got that ready, because the bonus point may end up mattering quite a lot here coming to the end of the racing. Homer Thompson here in 7th, sitting with Glenn, sitting with Quinton, Sebastian, and Kayla. Looks like Kayla has been improving her keyboard skills ever so slightly here, and she might be able to be a help here for Jennifer Garcia. But top left of the screen, she's just ever so slightly losing the draft. and she is gone. Now, Rocky Mountain is a tough map. It is a slow and steady grind to the top here as we're on the climb, and there's already separation here. 4 riders are getting away. 5 riders, including Casey Shum, but it's Christian Weidman, it's Jeff Rooney, and let's not forget the cannonball that was Jennifer Garcia when she first joined CVRcade Racing. I think we all remember Rocky Mountain 1 and Rocky Mountain 2. When she came onto the scene, she attacked out of the gun and she just rode solo all the way to the end. She did that twice, and it was quite an effort to see here. So one of the maps she usually does well on, we'll see, is Casey Shum fighting to get in the draft here. It's a long race. Up after this, we've got Dark Matter Velo, so you can exert a bit more energy on this, and you can see Casey talking to Quinton. You can just see him in communication with each other to make sure that everything is under control. Quinton is down in 8th. And he's fighting with Sebastian, with Vibeke, with Glenn, with the other keyboarders, while Jeff Rooney on the front, just keeping the pace high here. He doesn't have a teammate in here, so he's just riding for himself, trying to take the stage or the event victory here. As Vibeke Bertram comes across as well. You can see it on the top left gameplay screen here on the keyboard. She moves on up. Currently, both Cycling Hub and Velocity Has and Skillpern are gaining 100 points in this race, but we're only 2 kilometers in here. As Jennifer slowly going out the back now, losing the draft as she's got 7 riders in front of her. And she's got a few supers at her disposal if she chooses to use them. She's got weight lifted, makes you 30 kilograms lighter. You've got 1 quantum shift, which makes you able to phase through other riders, and 2 wind at your back. And you see Jennifer using the weight lifted here to just get back on and try and get back in the action, as her and Kayla in 8th and 11th currently. Then on the other side, if we go down to Sebastian Kuhn and Homer Thompson, you'll see that they are adopting the strategy of the Pink Panthers lore. As Seb, we can turn on your audio here. Seb, what are you saying?
I want to say to Homer he should keep my wheel.
Well, we got Homer in audio as well. Homer, are you able to keep Sebastian's wheel?
Yeah, no problem.
Do you wanna say, you got both here? Do you wanna like up the speed? Do you wanna go to the front? Is this nice? Is it comfortable? What's the decision?
We'll stay right where I'm at for right now.
As Seb just gently increases the equalized watts here, trying to get Homer Thompson back. So that is a live audio listen in to the team comms of Cogmasters here with Sebastian and Homer. And Sebastian just, Homer is saying, can we just stay here? Can we stay here? And Sebastian just slowly just increasing the power that he's putting down. It's working because Jennifer is going out the back now. She's in 10th. She's a 190 equalized heart rate, and you can see visibly on her face trying to breathe, trying to keep calm, but it looks like it could be race over now. 1 super down, and we move back to the front of the racing. Casey and Quentin have now linked up here in 3rd and 4th. And they're extending their gap on the scoreboard again. You can see Cycling Hub at 237 points here, and they seem to be in control currently as they sit 3rd and 4th. Vibeke and Glenn near the top. Then you've got Peter down in 7th place. So the teams that can challenge at the top right now, the teams competing for the podium, seems to be down now to Team Cycling Hub and Velocity Has and Skillpern, unless Homer and Sebastian are able to keep up their increasing pace here and get back to the front. So we've got Jeff here on the inside. Jeff, who do you reckon has got good legs? You've been staring at the other riders. What's your assessment of this group?
Casey's looking pretty good. I think that the Cole might be a bit of a front.
You think it's a bit of a front?
Yeah, well, he's getting really good at taking off with the keyboard riders and getting into their draft early, and then starting to save energy right from the gun when everyone's pushing hard to get up the front. So he's playing it super well.
That is usually Casey Shum. Thank you, Jeff, with the inside racing. Jeff was the rider who helped Casey in the earlier race on Sidewinder get that gap and save the energy, so he would know. And now Casey goes over the top. It's Christian Whiteman close on his wheel. We are racing for real money today. $30 for the winning team, $20 for second, $15 for third, $10 for fourth, and $5 for fifth place. So we're going to see now as Casey Shum, who Jeff believes has it's a front. The cold is a front. Now, I don't know whether I believe that, because when you look at Casey, it's not the usual stoic face, doesn't show much, as he almost overlaps the wheels with his teammate, almost pulls a Jennifer and Kayla there, making each other crash, but he stays upright. We've got Glenn here with a fresh new haircut. Can we take a moment? The day of the cuts. You got Glenn, you can see the fresh cut on his head. Homer losing the magnificent beard, and now Glenn taken to the front here. He's lost his partner in crime, but he's keeping the focus ironclad here. He wants to make the others hurt. He wants to move on up, and I think we've got Timothy Tamont waiting in the wings for a Dark Matter Velo, just comeback, revenge tour, as Peter Kastrup is now feeling it down in 6th place. It's one half of the velocity has in Skillplan that seems to be struggling down in 6th place, as he has to use a super as Kayla crashes. Kayla has crashed down in 11th place. I don't think it's going to be their day, unfortunately for them, as they've been getting better and better here. But Jennifer on the back end of the racing, and Kayla going down on the front. We're seeing some improved keyboard skills here. Vibeke, Jeff looking much better than what they did in the earlier rounds. Now you've got Glenn on the right here on the keyboard, Casey on the left on riding his bike physically. They're both in the game, one in front of each other, and Glenn does not want to give him a draft. They're opposing teams. Casey gets in the wheel, and Glenn plays nice and sticks with it. If we can go to Quinton here, because they're currently leading by 26 points at the top. Quentin, one lap is almost done. One ascent is over. As the captain, are you happy about the situation?
Yeah, it's looking good, but it's very tight. And as you said, everybody has brushed up on their keyboard skills. And even beside the keyboard players, also the physical players are bringing everything to the table at the moment. So it's going to be a fun last lap on this one.
You've got an 80-point lead as it stands right now. You guys look to be quite comfortable at the top here without Timothy, without the rest in there. You guys reckon you're going to be able to walk away with this in the last 2 events?
I don't know. It's a Dark Matter Velo. You know how I feel about that course. I have very bad experiences on that one, so I'm not going to say anything about that until I finished.
How's the door, by the way?
It's still standing. I mean, there's a hole in it, but it's still standing. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Quentin, thanks for taking the time here with the update. Glenn, though, is putting on an attack here, as we see from the top. He's trying to get away. Nobody wanting to put just a stop on him. And with weight lifted and wind at his back, he tries to attack away. Glenn, you seem to be laser. Oh, Christian goes down. But Glenn, you seem to be laser focused here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard are you concentrating?
An 8, I would say. I mean, since Timothy is not here, I at least want to get a win, you know.
Makes sense. You've got Casey on your wheel here. Are you afraid of him? Is there anyone else you're thinking of as competitor here?
I mean, Casey is strong. Quentin, I would say, is probably the best out there on keyboard, so we'll see.
Oh, I like it. Well, Glenn, good luck. Currently an 8 on the concentration scale. Reckon that will come up here on the final lap, because Casey looks like he's just locked in. Casey has won 2 events already. He's got 3 and 4 on his sights here. Let's see if he can do it with Glenn currently leading the race. Casey second, but when you look at the scoreboard, it is rather lopsided in Cycling Hub's favor. But then you look further down. Velocity has in Skill Pen 7 points differ them from Cockmasters. Then 20 points, 23 points down to Kayla and Jennifer. Then another 35 points down to Hive Hornets. Sebastian and Homer are still working together as Glenn and Casey are starting the final lap here at the front of Rocky Mountain. Seb, What's the verdict? You and Homer, you're riding together. Do you reckon Homer's got what it takes today?
Yeah, Homer will now leave my draft and pull to the front, I think.
Is it because you're getting fatigued? All this taking the wind on the front. Does Homer finally take a turn?
Yeah, my fingers are fatigued, so
Oh, absolutely.
Homer has to do it now.
We cut to Homer. You can see the physical pain that Homer's in currently. So, Homer, we can only apologize, Seb and I, for our horrible humor here. As Sebastian is working hard, staying in Seb's wheel. Seb is one half of their team. Seb is the non-physical rider on the keyboard. And then you've got the physical rider, which was Homer Thompson. Vibeke Bertram here doing a good job in fourth. She's got weight lifted here, 30 kilograms lighter. She comes around Casey Shum, and then you've got her in the lead here. Peter Kastrup is back from illness. He made his return to the racing on Tuesday in the CVRcade Solo Cup, and now racing in the CVRcade Derny Cup. Vibeke is one who's been improving on her keyboard skills, and if Peter can get back up here, it could still be very much on. But as you can see on the gaps down below, you will see that Peter Kastrup is 17 seconds down, and he'll find himself struggling to get back on as he has been dropped by Sebastian and Homer as they power on. But we start the second lap of Rocky Mountains. We're on the ascent here as we come on through. You got Casey shaking his head. He's staying with Quentin, but for them right now it's damage limitation while also wanting to win. Quentin and Casey second and third out on course, and they're 70 points in the lead here as Quentin is, you know, just planning out his chess moves. He's looking 3 steps ahead, Magnus Carlsen style, trying to be the grandmaster of CVRcade. As Glenn now once more 8 on the concentration scale. I wonder what a 9, what a 10 could be. I wonder what the verdict was in the last week in Zone L, I think it was, when Timothy could not stop crashing. So maybe that was more of a 2 or a 3. I don't know. Oh, we get a smile. We get a smile. We broken the man down. Glenn, everybody on the stream, happy birthday once more. 6 kilometers is all that remains. We've got 11 racers out there. We've got 4 making up the front group. Glenn, Quentin, Casey. And you've got Vibeke on the keyboard further down, trying to get back up here. Can she do it? She accelerates once more here to 500 equalized watts. And these are important points on the line for the secondary positions, because 180.5 to 173 at the Cockmasters, that's a difference of $5. $5 can get you a lot out there. I mean, I can give you 5 super mega gulps Mountain Dew, or what is it called? The Arizona lemonade drink. I'm not sure what that one's called. The Arnie Palmer, I think it was. I'm trying to remember back to those days, but some good things you can buy for $5, and maybe some more healthier options, or maybe you just want some burger and fries. But Casey here looks to be just dropping off ever so slightly as Quentin is taking out the lead, but they're still 80 points up. So is this gonna be the end here for Casey? Nah, he looks good. 192 equalized heart rate. He looks solid so far. He shakes his head here. He's on the wheel of Glenn as Glenn ups it again to 600 equalized watts here. I think we're gonna have a duel between Glenn and Quentin here for the victory on Rocky Mountains. 2 laps. Glenn looks to the side here, just making sure his cut is nicely covered by the camera. He's got the Belgian flag behind him. Or, you can see the yellow and red. Is there a flag that's yellow and red? Oh, nope, I can't really tell. But it's a Belgian flag behind Glenn, or at least you can imagine the black color on the left here. But they get ready for the descent as they've got just a tiny bit left of the top. It flattens out here, and then when they come to the end of it, there's another little kick, and then they go towards the end. But Glenn and Quentin, they just have that bit more, and it's really here where the physical versus non-physical is on display, because over a long duration of time, the physical riders, they do get fatigue, but not the same way. Like, there's programmed in fatigue, and then there's the human fatigue, and no human fatigue works on an algorithm. There's no steady decline. There's no suddenly, that's it. As Glenn here goes. Glenn Wind at his back, weight lifted super. He's holding down the plus button here. He wants to get away, and Casey Shum is the victim. But how badly is he the victim? He's got a 30-second lead on Peter, on Homer, and then he's got a 3-second lead on Jeff, who I imagine will come on through. But this could be the first ever race in the Derny Cup where all keyboarders are going to finish top 6, top 5. This is going to be a great finale. Quinten versus Glenn. Quinten, Glenn is 3 seconds up the road here. He's used to supers. Do you have it under control?
I don't think I do, but we'll see where I end up. It's gonna be a tricky situation either way, because Vivek is in my wheel now, and well, keyboards are keyboards. I don't know what to expect.
Well, it's definitely a first here, so I'm very excited here for the finale of this CVRcade Derny Cup Race 3 here in week 4. We are racing for money, and now with Vibeke and Jeff just riding away. He's catching up to Casey, and I'm sure this gives Jeff great joy, passing Casey on the roadside here, going, you know, all that pain, all that suffering you've inflicted on me, Casey, over the last weeks, I'm going to bring it right back to you here, as I'm going to come by and go, mip, mip. But we'll see if Jeff. They are old teammates of Team X, so maybe there'll be a bit of a helping hand being extended out, or maybe not. We are racing. Those are the old days. 3.3 kilometers on the front here. Vibeke in third, Quinten in second, Glenn in first. We've got this side by side here as the keyboard riders get ready. Quinten accelerates 500 equalized watts, trying to get rid of Vibeke as she now comes around. Does she go for an attack? No, she sits at 365. She moves on over. Still has not moved. Still hasn't moved. Still hasn't increased. Oh, Quinten almost comes to the end here, but I think he's just pinning Vibeke in. There's 3 kilometers remaining here in the third event of the day. We finish on Dark Matter Velo. That's going to determine all the racing here, but we still have 2.7 kilometers to go in the CVRcade Derny Cup Race 3, which is 2 laps of Rocky Mountains, and I think there's a lot to take away from this, and one is that if you can manage your keyboard well, you can go very far. Glenn has shown it here. Quinten has broken Vibeke here, and he's gotten a gap, as we can see in the top left corner, but how big is the gap as Glenn goes back on his horse again? 500 equalized watts. But Quinten has his supers available. 2 riders racing on their keyboards as Vibeke comes back again. Vibeke closing down the gap. You can see Quinten not happy with that one. He thought he's gotten rid of her, but he did not. And meanwhile, Glenn, on his birthday, Glenn Hebelink here, without Timothy Tamunt, who has been struggling today. He's now going to try and salvage what can be salvaged, because they did win week 3. And I'm sure they were anticipating better result today here in week 4. But regardless, he is pushing on through. And there is a fight for 5th place. Glenn could win $5 for his team here, because Velocity Night and Morning is going up against Hive Hornets. Hive Hornets, Velocity Night and Morning, and Terminal Velocity all have 1 rider. Whichever team of those 3 wins their race, wins their battle, will take home $5. And again, we've already gone over. $5 can get you a few mega gulps of Mountain Dew, so it's worth it. We'll see as Quinten once more gets rid of Vibeke Bertram. When does he opt to go here? 1.4 kilometers remaining. Glenn is up the road. Quinten in 2nd place. And Glenn keeps pushing on the pace here. But it feels like Quinten is loading up the spring. He's getting ready to use all his power in one big move with his supers. As we can see, Glenn just up the road here. We go first person view. Glenn moves to the left. 1 kilometer remaining. Let's hear. Glenn, concentration scale 1 to 10. What's it at now?
It's all the way down. Quinten is going to catch me here in a second, so...
Really? That's what you think?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Quinten, Glenn thinks he's going to catch you very easily. What do you think? Sorry, he thinks you're going to catch him.
I don't think that's going to be the case, but we'll see. It's going to be very close.
It is definitely like a drag racing. There goes Quentin. Quentin with the weight lifted, with the wind at his back. Glenn looks over. Glenn is holding it back, but don't forget about CVRcade either. CVRcade in third place. She goes on too. And here's Quentin. He is 10 kilometers an hour quicker. 2 seconds is the gap. Quentin wants his rider to go quicker. If he gets in the draft here, which he does, quantum shift, wind at his back, weight lifted, the second salvo. He can't get blocked. Glenn looks up and goes, fair play. Unless Glenn has got anything left here, that is all she wrote. And Quentin just gave Glenn a schooling of how to race the finale. And Glenn with the little Timothy Tamont applause. Quentin with the celebration. 1-2 Belgium. Then you've got Vibeke Bertram in third. You've got Casey, who's battling it out with Jeff Rooney. Casey will come around here on Rocky Mountain and get a great fourth result here, which puts them 70 points in the lead. Fantastic, phenomenal effort here as Casey at 195. Jeff Rooney, good effort as well. Hats off for Sebastian Kuhn and Homer Thompson. They've been fighting. They have gone together here and they've passed Peter, passed Christian, passed Jennifer, passed Kayla, and they will be over the line. Now, next on up is a fan favorite amongst the community. Dark Matter Velo makes a return to the racing. Last race here before we've got some cross-play racing coming up in Zone L, which I hope we're going to see DK, we're going to see Wim, we're going to see a few more. But as we load up the replay, I mean, we've heard from Quentin, we've heard from Glenn, but we've got to hear again from Casey. Casey, the sole physical rider fighting it out. What was it like to have all those keyboard riders around you?
I was feeling good first lap. I mean, hurting, but I was like, yeah, I'm watching physical riders drop off. I'm just in the pain cave holding on. But as the group gets smaller, there's less keyboards to cover the moves. And, I mean, they just eventually go until they pop. And then Quentin has a decision to make, whether he goes for the win or he pulls me along. He made the right decision. But, oh, that was awful. And kudos to the keyboard players. Like, they kind of had their fatigue rotations going where one would sprint, then the other would sprint. And I, like, had to stay in the draft on each one of them where it's not a big deal for them to hold a key and get a little burst to catch on. But that's, like, give me a bucket time. So, kudos to them. That was fun racing. Jeff pushed me at the end. Thankfully, I had the power-ups to get over top of him, but this one's going to hurt bad.
At least it's the last one for the day, Casey. Then you can join us on non-physical on the control and you can dish out the pain right back. Casey Shum, everybody, him and Quentin have been phenomenal today. I want to hear from Homer because Sebastian put Homer in the hurt locker on the last race. Homer, do you have any words for Seb? That was either great teamwork or you just curse his name out to next Sunday.
No, that's all it said. That was great. That was good riding by Seb. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Seb.
Now, one last race, Dark Matter Velo, Homer. I know you like Summit Islands. What do you think about Dark Matter Velo?
Oh, I'll just do my best on here. What happens, happens.
Oh, I love that approach. Good luck, Homer. Good luck, Seth. I see we've got Timothy Tamont joining into the broadcast. And Timothy, what happened?
Hey, Jasper.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It's not picking up my N+, so I'm trying on Bluetooth here. I'm not sure if I'm equalized on Bluetooth, so yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Glenn did really well there, being solo and still being able to get fifth here. Yeah, I'm super annoyed, but yeah, we're still gonna give it all here in this last race.
Just use that anger, Timothy, and stick around for Zone L with the controller, and then, you know, we'll put up some Jesper points for somebody to win. But Timothy, I get it. I'm glad to see you're back in here. Velocity has and Skill Pen currently second and third. Somebody who fought in the last race. We still have her in the broadcast. Jennifer, sitting fourth currently. You've got a chance to move on up. What was your experience on Rocky Mountains?
Well, although Kayla and I were in the back, it was the first time we worked like really, really well together. We knew we just had to finish in time for the next race. And so it was really nice. The drafting was awesome. We didn't crash into each other. So putting the placings aside, it was actually a really good race.
Now, finishing it off on Dark Matter Velo, is this something you've been practicing?
Oh, you think I practice? No, it is not, unfortunately. I do know the corner speeds, which is the big thing on this one. And I know it'll be interesting. I was talking with Kayla about how the keyboard riders were hoping they don't block, but you never know. Gotta be prepared for that, especially on this. So
I think
I
all
guess
the
we'll see.
serious racers out there, when you said, "Do you think I practice?" they just felt like in their heart, they're like, "Oh, ouch! This is the competition." Anyway.
I wish I could.
Good luck, Jennifer. Always a treat. Always a blast having you in the broadcast. 1 minute and 20 seconds until the last race of the Omnium gets underway. It's been a quick one. It's been a flying one. It's Cycling Hub currently in the lead. Then you got Velocity, Haas, and Skill Pill going up against Cogmasters. There's only 12 points differentiating them. Then you got down to Kayla and Jennifer's 23 points. And on this map, 2.5 kilometers of racing, 8 laps. Uncrashable is a super that's available. Get ready. This is going to be carnage. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. If Timothy gets his super set up, or get his bike set up here, I think you're going to see an angry German just fly through and try and give it everything here. Sorry, angry Belgian coming out through. Same colors in the flag, sorry. So he's going to come on through. 35 seconds is left. Big question is, can you win on a keyboard? Can you win Dark Matter Velo on a keyboard? I would reckon and say no, but nothing is impossible. I would say you're heavily favored if you are physical, because you can control your accelerations quicker and so. But on a keyboard, you can limit your movements. I don't know. We're going to see. We've never seen a race like this on Dark Matter Velo, and we're going to see the finale here. As Casey Shum once more on the screen, both him and Quinton will want to win this race badly to make sure they won every single race here, because they only give out wins on leap years, apparently. So we'll see, as Jeff and Casey both use their uncrashable right out of the gate here. So choosing to stay all the way to the left. Jeff Rooney on the front here. He's got Casey Shum as Christian goes down. Christian Whiteman of Terminal Velocity has gone down. Timothy Tamud is in fact in the racing here. So it's good to see him back in. He's got the Hive kit on as Casey goes down. Casey crashes just at the end of this. He slides out into the corner here, and without his uncrashable, he is going to have a tough time making it up. Looking on the scoreboard, the Cockmasters have now moved on up as Kayla and Glenn both go down, letting Casey come on through. But Sebastian Kuhn right now is the difference maker, putting them into second place here and in contention for $20. But it's Jeff Rooney on a keyboard on the front here leading it. He has to use his uncrashable. He's got a 1 second gap, but he's just sticking to the outside here. Now he's got a choice to make. Oh, Jeff! Oh, Jeff! There's going to be... Oh, never mind. They're all lab riders. They're all lab riders. It's been so long since we've been doing Dark Matter Velo. That is incredible. Even Jeff for a second. I had Jeff. Jeff was thinking the same thing I was thinking. He shakes his head, but... You know, Jeff, it's okay. It's okay. We'll forgive you. Everyone makes mistakes. Sebastian listening to his playlist that he promised he would share after the fact. So we're going to see now. Is he going to be able to catch on up? You've got 3 keyboard riders and 1 physical in Timothy Tamont. 1.5 kilometers is left here in Quinton. 33.2, 33.5 here, so upping the pace, but staying underneath that max speed. Almost a perfect corner from him as he moves on through. Looking on the scoreboard, it looks to be Cycling Hub in first, Cogmasters in second, Velocity Haas and Skillpel in third, Kayla and Jennifer fourth, and Hive Hornets in fifth here, as it's going to get close. If Peter and Vibeke can salvage some points, but here goes Timothy. Timothy comes over the top. Fresh legs, Angry Mind, Uncrashable is activated. He attacks on through here, as he's now going to have to slow down. 3 laps remaining, 1 kilometer to go. In 10 minutes time, we do have another race coming up, another Omnium. Jeff Rooney, despite taking a long way around, he goes down as well. As we've got Casey, Shum, and Quinton. They're just going to drive this one home, and they will be the winners of Week 4 of the CVRcade Derny Cup in strong fashion, almost winning by over 100 points here. So strong performance from them as the battle is heating up at the front. Now, Timothy has used his Uncrashable. Seb and Quinton have not. So Seb may be able to get back here if he times his Uncrashable. It looks like he's been practicing. This is solid racing from Seb on a map you maybe wouldn't expect this much from Sebastian Kuhn. He's 2 seconds down, 1 second down. There goes Quinton. But Quinton was banging into Sebastian. He got slowed down. And on a keyboard, you only really get one chance to accelerate. He comes through the corner and he's going to pass on over as Quinton on the outside of Timothy. He takes the lead. This is a keyboard on the left, physical on the inside. They lean into the corner here, and they're going to cross the start-finish banner at the same time. Last lap coming up. They're both going to be fighting for the same spot. Advantage, Timothy. Quinton in second, and here they come. This is Timothy now. He's got the speed advantage here as well as we're moving on up. I see Frank Garcia is all... What? I see Frank Garcia in second. What am I seeing here? Is that Frank? Where did Frank come from? Frank is also in the racing. Last lap coming up here. What? Oh, finish line, Timothy Tamont. I see Frank Garcia in the race, and Timothy wins. Frank gets second. Quinton, Seb. Seb crashes. We're looking on the scoreboard. It is Cycling Hub winning. It's Velocity second. It's Sebastian and Homer third. It is Kayla and Jennifer fourth. And the Hive Hornets almost came back and beat their usual teammates. Only 3 points down. 2 points at the very end. But that's going to be all she wrote for Zone K and the CVRcade Derny Cup. Where did Frank come from? I looked on the leaderboard. I looked on the rider list. I'm like, Frank? But Frank was in there. He was having some fun racing as well. Let's roll up the instant replay. And as we do so, we get ready for the next race that starts in 7 minutes time. The Zone L. We're going to see DK Mansuni. And we're going to see Wim. We're going to see Casey, hopefully. Sebastian. And a few more. I think the zone might be starting 15 minutes past the hour. So we've got 20 minutes to pass here, everybody. Who wants to set up some controller racing in the meanwhile? But as we see the highlights, again, the next zone starts 15 minutes past the hour. So do make sure that somebody's out there setting up some sort of controller racing that we can do in the meanwhile. But as we see the highlights, Timothy, how needed was that victory on Dark Matter Velo?
Yeah, I guess it's nice, but it wasn't really that hard. But yeah, I'm so annoyed. But yeah, I'm also happy that I still remain the best on this strike. So that's good to know, even though we haven't raced it in like 3 months.
You know, you could just go back and do a physical replay Omnium. Go back, relive it, and just say that way you've won it if you've got it.
I know we would have won this Omnium if I didn't have problems. I for a fact know that. What everybody says, I know we would have won this. So, yeah.
What makes you so certain?
Birthday luck from Glenn. No, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down with the team, I think, and try and fix this for Saturday, because I can't race like this for Saturday. Hopefully get it fixed.
Now, let's go and discuss with Quinton Molyneux, because Quinton, you guys won the Omnium here by 90 points. And here's Timothy Tamont saying that without a doubt, without a shadow of doubt, he would have walked in this one and won it. What do you reckon of that statement, Quinton?
I'm just very sad that statement couldn't be tested. I'm sure he would have given us a run for the money. It would have been a very tight race and a very tight Omnium. So it's a little bit. It's too bad that he had the issues that he had. But I mean, I'm sure he'll come back next week just as strong or even stronger than he would have thought to be this week. So we'll see about that next week.
Well, Derny Cup is all yours for this week, Quinton. Now looking forward, we've got the World Cup this Saturday. We had Cognition win it last week. Is that something you really want to reclaim back?
I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, we do want to win it back, or at least give them a run for the money again, which happened last week as well. But we just hope to be on the better side of the mistakes this week, because we made quite a few of them last week, and well, we all saw that Cognition was quite superb, both in making tactical decisions, not making mistakes, and having the lag. So it's going to be a tough one this week.
I like the sound of that. The maps look great. Let's go and hear from the rider who had a big helping hand in Cognition winning last Saturday. Sebastian Kuhn, you guys take third here today. Are you happy with this performance from you and Homer? Third overall, taking home $15?
Before the Omnium, I would be very happy with third place, but now I'm not, because we lost the second overall by me crashing 5 meters before the finish line, where my uncrashable run out. So that was not a very good performance.
You looked almost flawless. Despite that last mistake on Dark Matter Velo, you look pretty flawless. Is that a map you've been really practicing come this season?
I practiced this with the keyboard, and I found the watts you have to go without sliding in the corner. And I think it's the best tactic always to run the same speed, not to accelerate, not to brake, so you can not crash. But you can if you use your power up not in the right way.
Well, that does sound like the Sebastian Kuhn way of riding. Don't accelerate, don't deaccelerate, don't brake, don't do anything. Just do 400 equalized watts all the way to the end. Now, Seb, Team Cycling Hub are coming for you. You guys dethroned them. You showed them up last Saturday. You heard Quentin wants to take it back. Doesn't want to jinx it, but he wants to take back the crown of being the winner of the CVRcade World Cup in the week. Are you guys going to let him? Do you guys have battle plans? What do you think is going to happen this coming weekend?
Oh, Cognition has a good role next Saturday, because Team Cycling Hub now is under pressure. We have nothing to lose. We can go second, third. Nobody would blame us. But they have to win. So I think it's a good position for us.
I think definitely, regardless of what happens, I think we're going to see some good racing. I think it's going to be heated. I think everyone's going to be out there. Velocity is somebody you should not count out either. And speaking of not counting out, Team Hive have been getting better. They fought for the 4th and the 5th spot here. Jennifer, come the end. All around, good day nonetheless. You and Kayla take home $10 between you. Are you happy with this performance?
Yeah, I'm super happy with it. We're slowly getting better. I really think our teamwork and our tactics are, again, slowly getting there. And I absolutely love Sidewinder, so I definitely need to practice and go in and get the quarter speeds. But that, I think, is going to be my favorite map. So next time, I'm not going to crash, and I'm going for first. So when Sidewinder comes back, that's going to be my race. And also, in the Team Hive spirit, happy birthday, Glenn!
Practice? We're talking about practice? Well...
Yeah.
What was it about Sidewinder that made you like it so much?
Honestly, I like the aesthetic. Like, it's really cool looking, and you also just go at super, super quick speeds, which is a lot of fun. So it makes the corners hard, but there's something about it psychologically that makes you think you're gonna do better when you're going at that speed, even though everyone else is. So I really like it. I don't know.
It's probably because it reminds of Arizona. Now, I've never been to Arizona, but that's what I assume Arizona looks like, just desert everywhere. Well, Jennifer, thanks for being on the stream. Congratulations on taking 4th here today. Strong performance. Hopefully when Sidewinder comes back, we'll see a repeat performance with fewer crashes. And as you heard Jennifer say happy birthday, we've still got Glenn in here who... single-handedly carried the Hive Hornets today, I think it's safe to say, Glenn. And you almost came back and got 4th place. What was it like, your first experience being a solo streamer in the broadcast?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great. It's a little pity that it worked out that way. Rather, race with Timothy and went up against Quentin and Casey, but it's been great. I'm just happy that I'm a part of this community now, that I can be a part of this community, and yeah, it's been really fun so far.
Instrumental part of the community. But now, Glenn, we get ready for, your forte. We're about to head into some controller racing. Now, I know you've been hungry for some best lap times. What are some of your favorite maps to race on a controller?
On a controller, I mean, probably would be Sidewinder, because there's there's nothing really to do. Just hold down the acceleration and go. I actually don't know. Like Barnyard Velo, we had a bit of a friendly back and forth there, but that track was really fun to race on the controller.
Remind me again, who has the best time on Barnyard Velo?
For now, I don't have it.
I think it's Aaron. I think Aaron has come in and just cleaned up
really?
shop. I think Aaron has the best time on like 4 or 5 different maps. So, king of CVRcade. I mean, or
yeah, some more work to do then.
I was gonna say maybe more Prince, and we can say Casey is probably more the king, because regardless of what he's on, he always comes and shows up strong. He can even do it on a recliner or recumbent bike. We still have Casey in the broadcast here. Casey, you guys won the first race. Now we go into the controller racing. Is it a nice little, after party, cool down? Is this fun?
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Yeah, super happy with how that Omnium worked out. I am bummed Timothy wasn't in there. That would have been a good battle. But we did a lot of practice. We're prepared for that, and it worked out well. But yeah, this controller stuff's fun. You guys talk about lap times, though. So can we have like a 10-second tutorial? Where do I find the best lap times? I've looked for them, and I don't know how to find them.
So 10-second tutorial. You go to your menu, your hamburger bar as it's called, and then under the UI, you click laps and leaders segments, I think it's called. Beside it, once you've turned it on, there is a little pin. So it's called laps leaderboard is what it's called. Once you've turned it on, you've got to make sure to click the pin on. Once you've clicked the pin on, you can then choose between different segmentations, such as does it have power-ups, does it have drafting, is it equalized, and is it physical. If you just click equalized as the only option on, you will see, the controller riders and their times.
Nice.
Does this mean you're gonna go and chase them all down, Casey?
Yeah, I probably will.
Well,
no, I didn't know where that was. It was it's kind of a little button I hadn't clicked on yet. So there's so much stuff in the game. It's hard to find that stuff. But yeah. This will be fun. It's a good cool down here. I need somebody to bring me lunch, and we'll race this out.
Well, if there's somebody in the household watching this stream right now, send down some pasta. Send down, I don't know. What's your lunch usually like, Casey?
Usually my wife's good at cooking, so it's usually leftover stuff. Pretty traditional, roast and potatoes, or we've had a lot of chili here lately. That winter time. Still a little cold here, so a lot of chili. Chicken fried rice has been the thing of the week, so good assortment.
Do you think CVRcade community has a food and snack issue? Do you think we talk too much about food?
We absolutely do. So I had s'mores made with Peeps last night. My wife made s'mores, so that's the graham cracker with chocolate bar and marshmallow, but instead of marshmallow, it was Peeps. So Beth would appreciate that. And then we had 2 leftover Peeps, so instead of my normal gel before we raced today, I had 2 Peeps before we started the racing today. So maybe that was the trick today to winning those first few races. It was the pink Peeps.
2, not even 1 Peep. You went for the double Peep. I mean, that takes courage.
You can't have just 1 Peep.
No.
Sorry.
I definitely think there should be a whole CVRcade rider snack discussion group somewhere else. But Casey, glad to have you racing with us as we're just catching the highlights once more. So now gets underway in 9 minutes. If you want to get on a keyboard, you can ride with us, get on a controller. I think we've got Frank in the broadcast as well, who will be riding physical. If he's on the bike, I think he might be filling up his bidons. I think he's filling up his bottles. But Frank, in that last race on Dark Matter Velo, he is here Frank, you kind of just came out of nowhere.
Oh, no. I had them all in my sights the whole way. I was using the outer lanes just to demonstrate some skill there and sort of stay out of the way because, Casey's head explodes if I cause him to crash or something in one of those races. And so I was sort of staying out of the way. But hint, hint, I still beat Casey in that race going on the outside. I almost beat Timothy, and I would have definitely razzed him if that was the case.
Well, I think that the score is like 1-8 in your way, Frank. Currently, are you gonna get physical or controller today?
I'm going to do physical. Maybe zone T. I'll do controller, but I need to get thinner and get a little bit more fit. So be doing physical in this one. So looking forward to that, and just having some fun. Dark Matter Vale, definitely my favorite track. So when I saw that pop up with 1 minute to go, I was like, yeah, I'll just get in here and ride it.
Can't blame you, Frank. I'll let you get ready. 8 minutes to go. Frank and Homer look to be the two physical riders of the next zone. Now, I wanna call up Quentin here again because I see he's in here on the keyboard. Q, when are you gonna invest in a controller? When are we gonna see you get in here on a controller?
Well, good question. I don't know. I might have to talk to somebody about buying one for me then.
Buying one for you? What?
Well, yeah, you never need to do things if you can let somebody else do it for you. So we'll see about it. No, I don't know if I'm gonna purchase a controller because they might change in the future so that they're like equal to the keyboards, which is probably the
But
goal
why
for CVRcade.
worry about tomorrow when you could have fun today?
Why worry about today if everything is fixed tomorrow?
Well, Q, stop being a party pooper, but it's Oh, there's the crisps! That was crisps!
Victory crisps.
Wait, what? Is this just lightly salted Lay's crisps?
It's very salted Lay's chips.
Does it actually say very salted?
No, it's just regular salted.
Oh, natural. But I knew there was crisps. I knew. Can't cheat me. But Q, I hope you get on a controller regardless, because it'd be fun to see what you could do in here, because somebody needs to compete with Casey. Somebody needs to teach the Xbox players how to play the game, and Quentin, what we've seen from the after parties, he's got it down. We've got 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go before the racing begins, and you know who I really want to see on a controller? Mutt KG. Mutt KG. I reckon we should see what you can do on a controller. Like, you probably, along with the rest of us, watch the most amount of CVRcade. I would love to see you in here sitting with a controller, finding out just exactly how strong. Because you never know. Like, maybe you've got like a hidden protege, like hiding in the hiding in the corner. They pick up a controller for the first time, and they're like, "This is not so difficult." But who knows? We've got Homer. I see we've got Wim. Is Wim joining us in the broadcast? I do see that is confirmed. We're just waiting on Wim to get in. We got Casey Shum. We've got Glenn. Is Timothy? I don't think Timothy Tamont does not look to be staying around. He was obviously a bit heated earlier due to his technical difficulties and throwing out some bold claims as well that he would have walked away with this one. But that's what we like: personality coming in here with assertiveness. 5 minutes remaining. Let's see if there was any action in the chat. I saw a few. We got Mutt KG saying, "May I ask my kids to play by proxy?" Oh, come on, Mutt KG. You can't, no. You can't, no, you gotta do it. You've gotta get in here and we've gotten Glenn in the broadcast. We have gotten the mystery man, Glenn Hebelink. But wait, can we turn on Glenn's audio? Glenn, how do you say your last name?
Hebelink.
Again?
Hebelink.
And slower.
Hebelink.
Hebelink.
Yeah, pretty much perfect.
What is it with Belgians and like strange last names? Quentin Molyneux, Glenn Hebelink, Hebelink.
Oh, you lost it.
Oh, it's okay. I can continue to butcher it until you get onto your bike and ride physically. Deal?
Okay, that's a deal.
I like it. Have you received any birthday gifts today so far?
Yeah, too many to name actually. So yeah, it's been a really good day, and now, the chat and everybody from the community wishing me a happy birthday. I mean, couldn't be more perfect.
You know, Mansuni already said that if you beat him today, it's because he gave you the victory as a birthday present. What do you have to say to that?
Oh no! Don't be like that. Don't give me the victory because because it's my birthday. I want to win this fair and square.
Fair and square. 3 minutes to go till Kayla's mountain track on a controller. This is gonna be a fast day. I'm kind of sad that Sidewinder won't have Racer's Edge as an ability, because can you imagine Xbox players on Sidewinder with Racer's Edge ability? They would fly. But instead, we're just gonna have it raw. We're gonna have one great responsibility, one underdog, one inertia. It's gonna be fun. Now, I did say I will race on Saturday, and I will do so, DK. So DK, on Saturday, I will race with you on a controller for Zone L. Now, the issue with me racing on a controller is that if I'm doing well riding, like non-physically on the controller, I'm doing my job pretty poorly. Because if I'm doing well, it means the only thing you're seeing is this for as long as I'm in the lead. If I'm doing poorly, then I'm doing my job great. So I don't know how we're going to balance that one out, because I'm not a skilled commentating while concentrating. I'm not, like Casey, who can ride his bike and put like very complicated sentences together. I just stand still here and I talk at the screen while watching the racing. So we'll see. Mansuni is getting some corner speed practice in. We got Homer in here as well. I've got a question for Homer. He's still in here, I see. Homer, what's the likelihood of ever seeing you race on a controller?
Oh, I've tried it a few times to get corner speeds, but I don't know. I may give it a shot sometime.
I like
It's a possibility.
That would be a joyful day, seeing Homer Thompson win a race on a controller. Now, I do believe you won $30 on Tuesday in Zone T, coming in second place due to Kayla not being able to win money. $30, Homer, from riding your bike. How does that feel?
This was the first I knew of that. I wasn't aware of that.
Well, you are now, so congratulations. So, give it a bit extra. You can see Homer full of joy. Lost for words, $30, the price check, the glory, everything comes with it. Our very own resident rock star Homer Thompson gets ready. You see the riders, everybody's out there learning the corner speeds. Glenn, you got him with a comeback kit here. Mansuni, they're drafting each other. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. 3 laps as Glenn crashes on down as they get ready. 1 minute left now before the last Omnium of the day. We're going to see. Let Beth commentate that zone. That is a good shout. That is a good shout. But unfortunately, DK, I think on Saturday she may or may not be available. But that is actually a good shout. If Beth is available for Saturday's Zone L, that would be a lot of fun. As I see Wim has joined the broadcast. Wim, 50 seconds to go. Homer has lost his beard and you've grown one. Have you stolen his beard?
Not yet.
Not yet. How long do we have to wait until you get a full-grown Homer Thompson beard?
I don't know. I have never tried it before.
Was that an alarm for like the chicken you have in the oven, or was that dinner? What was the alarm I just heard?
Oh yes, I have still an alarm in the background. But I can't take it off now because the race starts.
Priorities.
It was my timer to remind me when the race starts.
I love that. I rate that, Wim. Good luck here on Kayla's mountain track. The first of 4 races on Xbox and computer crossplay, where some can ride on their controller. Casey Shum here is ready. 1435 equalized watts. He goes as Quentin on a keyboard attempts to follow with him, but he's missing some juice. He's missing some power as Frank Garcia also comes on through. Casey trying to cause a few crashes on the inside there. He doesn't get on through. Glenn's in the lead. Mansuni's on the left. This is 3 laps. You don't have much of you don't have much leeway here if you make a mistake. You have to be pretty much flawless until the end. And Mansuni is getting away here as Glenn boxed in. You can see his laser focus. It's just like in Call of Duty, you're at like a 23 kill streak. You need one more for that tactical nuke. He's looking at the screen. He hears enemy AC-130 above as he's on the wheel of Mansuni. Mansuni slides out, and so does Glenn. It's been a nail-biting affair so far, between both of them, almost falling down. Casey just staying out of it. He's just hoping that he can force a mistake out of Glenn. He's doing a good job. He sits. Oh, he gets it! That is Casey Shum, and that was telegraphed the entire way. And now 3 is down to 2. And that's exactly what Casey Shum was trying to do. An experienced racer getting Glenn to get a bit too trigger happy. But now they've got to keep on fighting here as Glenn crashes once more. Frank Garcia with a strong comeback down in 5th as well, with Wim moving on up. Now Casey's trying to do it to Mansuni, but he's not lucky the first time around. Wim just ever so slightly off the back here, trying to catch up. Just not there yet. He's got 1 lap remaining to do it. 700 meters. And they get ready to go here. It's Casey. Is he going to do it? Wim with his newfound beard. Is there new? Casey does it again! Oh, like bowling pins, they go down. Glenn on the second lap, then Mansuni on the 3rd. But Comeback Kid is available. He may have just dug his own grave here, because Wim Moisen with Comeback Kid has got 300 equalized watts more, and he is gaining. Mansuni has gone down. Wim's gaining. Casey has already started to break. So does Wim. Wim overbroke, but he's in the draft. He's got a chance here. It comes down to the final corner. Wim is in the draft. He risks it, but Casey Shum, flawless. Forcing mistakes out of the rest. So well done. Wim 2nd, Glenn 3rd. You've got Frank Garcia, who has got just half a lap left here, riding on through. He's got Quinton behind him on a keyboard. He's got Comeback Kid. It's going to be a close finish between Frank Garcia and Quinton here on the line, I reckon. Quinton is going ever so slightly quicker, but he's not really gaining. And then Quinton crashes in the corner, so that's it for that finish. But Casey Shum forcing mistakes out of Glenn and Mansuni, making them look like complete newbies. But Casey Shum knowing exactly what he's doing. Casey, congratulations winning the first race. Did you really think after the first one you pulled off that Mansuni was going to fall for the exact same trick?
It's a tough balance. It's not so much, I mean, it looks that way. It's not so much about like getting on their hip to wreck them as much as I don't want anybody outside of me, so I have room to slide. So it's more about protecting yourself than it is going after them necessarily. But yeah, I kind of, if you're on the inside there, you have to be completely down. And the one time he actually had a good slide on me, it knocked me down to like 40 kph. But you're right on the ragged edge when you do that, because it's basically like if you slide 1 lane, you'll kind of wiggle and bump. But if you slide 2 lanes, you're going to wreck, is basically what that comes down to. So, yeah, I mean, it was good. You're right on the ragged edge of sliding out in every single corner. So it's all about rhythm and timing.
Now, Sidewinder coming up next here. Thank you, Casey. We come back. I see that Jennifer Garcia has jumped on the bike. I hope that she doesn't think this one has racer edge and she can go fast here as well. She's got to work tiny bit harder to go 80, 90 kilometers an hour here, but I'm sure she's figured that out by now. Glenn, we saw physical emotion from you. You were riding the wave, and then you got caught. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't protect myself. I was on the inside, boxed in the whole time. Like, I tried to, accelerate a little more and then brake so I could slide out in front of Casey, but that wasn't the case. And yeah, my second option was just brake before the corner and then get on the outside of Casey. But yeah, he played it really well, and I fell for it.
Sidewinder is up next here, Glenn. You've already raced it once today. No racer's edge. What are you expecting from this map?
It's gonna be really interesting. I'm trying to figure out where to use the power-ups. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting.
Oh, no words there from Glenn. Trying to figure out where to use the supers, but not sharing any of the wisdom that he's got. Gonna be fun to watch. Now, Wim, you almost came back. Wim, you got like within a hair of Casey Shum, and then you didn't quite bridge it back. What about this next race now? You've been on the up and up and up. Is today Wim Moisen's day?
The first event went well. I did not crash, and I almost came back, but we will see. My heart rate was very high, so my job is right now to lower it and to not make mistakes.
You know, we should mandate that everybody racing has their heart rates attached and have them turned on and paired in the game, because Wim, I reckon you, Casey, maybe not Casey, he's like an ice human who doesn't ever really crack, but maybe you, Glenn, Mansuni, I could see you guys getting to 160, because I have in the past. I've gone to 170 equalized heart rate, so we'll see. Wim, good luck not crashing in this one. It's going to be a tough one, but I think we all believe, and I think Mutt KG is on your side, so that's when you know you are a potential winner of the racing. We've got 2 minutes remaining here. Kayla is jumping in on a controller as well. She did make her return with a bang as she came back for Zone T on Tuesday in the CVRcade Solo Cup, and she won that. So we'll see if she can bring more of that to she's on her controller here today. 1 minute and 50 remaining. We've got Quentin, we've got Frank, we've got Homer in here. Quentin on a keyboard, Frank and Homer are both physical, and I think Jennifer as well is physical for this one. Casey's currently leading, as you can see. Women second on the scoreboard, Glenn third, Mansuni. Then you've got the anomaly that Frank Garcia in fifth at 19 points. Maybe I wouldn't put it past him with Dark Matter Velo up last. He's gonna struggle on Rocky Mountain versus these guys on controllers, but who knows? It's gonna be a nice carrot to chase out in the distance. 1 minute left. Sidewinder for the second and penultimate time here it's ever going to be raced until it goes away on undetermined leave. We'll see when it comes back here, but 1 minute left. Everybody is trying to just figure out the corner speeds. Glenn 66, Casey 66, Wim at 66 here. Everyone is just figuring it out. You've got greater responsibility, one underdog, and you got one inertia. Jennifer has just realized that there's no racer's edge on this race, and she in the chat goes, no racer's edge, rip. Well, Jennifer, you know, you can just create your own event. You can still set one up, you can ride on it, or you can, I strongly suggest getting a controller. Like, regardless of what's going to happen to it in the future, it's not going to stop being fun. If anything, it's just going to get more fun. Like, right now, you can go 20,000 miles an hour, whatever you want. Now you'll crash. But if fatigue gets added, when fatigue gets added, it's not going to become less fun. You still have to, like, you're still very, very skillful racing, and you've got to make decisions on maps you're going to race at some point physically. So I very much suggest getting involved. I am very jealous standing on this side watching it, and I know that my producer and fellow friend here in the commentary booth is also very jealous, sitting in, watching, thinking it could be a lot of fun. So Casey off to an early start, Glenn's there, Kayla's there, Mansuni, Wim. Looks like everyone is breaking further back down, but Casey has yet to break on the front. Wim's touching the brakes, Mansuni is touching the brakes, but Casey is yet to break here on the front, as now Jennifer is racing this. She uses her greater responsibility down in sixth. She's trying to fight on up. So, despite the Derny Cup being the last zone, you've got Jennifer and Kayla once more finding themselves together. Wim in a purple shirt here. Looks like the Xbox players have opted to go with a purple theme to match their solidarity together here. So maybe they'll choose to work together. Maybe they'll fight on up here. But it is an early lead for Casey Shum here on Sidewinder as he's riding away. He's got Glenn right on his wheel, but Wim and Mansuni are fighting to get back. Casey Shum with a greater responsibility. Top right, there it is. Glenn uses his as well. Inertia from Casey at 73. Glenn is still going. He uses his at 73 as well. So Casey and Glenn riding away with their supers, and this could shape up to be a great battle here as Glenn is trying to learn from his mistake in the earlier zone here, and so in the earlier race on Kayla's mountain track, and he moves by Casey here, not happy to stay in the draft. I think he might actually be giving Casey a negative 6% draft here by standing on the outside. Casey shakes his head. That is not the case here. We're going to see. Mutt KG says, shout out to Victor Lundqvist, missing a D in there, but yes, Victor Lundqvist, our executive producer and VMix operator, all around good guy. By the way, Mutt KG, did you know the real name is actually Gustav? It's actually Gustav who's sitting right next to me here in the commentary booth, or at least that's what his passport says. So I mean, that's what we gotta go with. But anyway, Glenn still laser focused. We're swapping over to the side-by-side shot here. As you can see, Glenn staring right into Casey Shum here. Casey's looking at the gameplay, but Glenn is looking at Casey. So he might want to change his strategy here and focus on the gameplay, but as they get ready. Mansuni has gone down. Wim is 6 seconds down. Kayla's already crashed once. This is some very high-level gameplay from Casey and Glenn. Because if Casey slides over, if he moves over a lane to the right, he will crash as Glenn is sitting right on his shoulder. He actually brakes. Glenn took his finger off the trigger there. And now they're in a draft battle. Neither of them want to give up the draft. Casey goes right, he goes left as the two are moving left and right. Ideally, I think Casey wants Glenn to be in front of him. He wants to see him in front of him. He wants to get on the wheel, and that way he can control whatever is in front here. 1.7 kilometers to go. We're coming to the pointy end here. As Mutt KG says, Gustav? Yes, it is Gustav, actually. Just like, you know, the frozen guy, Gustav, that guy. Anyway, Glenn and Casey still having the battle, and Casey has succeeded in what he wanted to do. He's now in the second position. That's the powerful position you want to be in. He uses underdog, 50 equalized watts more, as he comes on through. 1.2 kilometers to go, 3 kilometers an hour is the difference here. This is going to be a close finale. Wim at the back here uses inertia and underdog at the same time. Then he uses greater responsibility, so he may just have face rolled over the entire Xbox controller. We'll see. That's not the most effective strategy. He's battling Mansuni in fourth, but Casey and Glenn side by side. Glenn wearing number 7, Casey wearing number 6. 700 meters to go. This is the first person view of what Glenn's currently seeing. He moves to the inside and Casey crashes. And Casey knows it, and they changed the roles, and it is Glenn waving to Casey. Casey's got to fight on through though, because Wim moves on through him from first to second to third, and the acceleration from Wim is going to be near impossible for Casey to get back up to speed, and he's got to start worrying about Mansuni as well. But just like that, on the next race here is Glenn in first, Wim in second, Casey third on the scoreboard. Glenn Hebelink, everybody, taking the win. Wim Moisen in second place here, in second place on the Casey. If we can turn on his audio here for a second. Casey, what happened when you crashed?
I moved one too many lanes, or that, or Glenn came back. I'm not sure whether I hit it one too many times or he came back one. But I mean, that's my mistake. I was trying to, as he went down, I was trying to stay right on his side. I was on the wrong side than what I wanted to be there, because the last corner before start finish, you slide, I think above like 67, you'll slide to the outside lanes. You won't wreck unless you go over 70, but we were going to go into that fast enough that being on the inside, he could have wrecked me. So I was kind of trying to kind of push him out to where he would maybe back off for that last corner, but I wasn't in a prime spot there. So, like I said, I'm not sure if he went 3 lanes over and came back one, or if I just went one too many. I'm not sure, but I mean, that was my bad. But that was fun racing. You can definitely get the yo-yo going. Like, you can tuck into that draft. I think I talked about this before. It's like super speedway racing. You can tuck into that draft and get a little run on them. But as soon as you change lanes, you hit this wall of air and you can't go anymore. You're like, come on, let's go. So, yeah, that's fun. That's all about jockeying for position.
When's the Casey Shum book of CVRcade coming out? I think everybody wants to know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to share some more tips. As we all get better, it pushes us all to be better. You know, it tried to open that book a little bit. It's kind of the I do the same thing in my career kind of thing. Is I want to train somebody to take my position so I can do other things, but it also challenges me to kind of up my game too. So, and I think that's true in a gameplay kind of thing too. It's I don't want to hide the secrets. I want everyone to be better, which will make the platform better, and it'll push me to be better. So we're going to try to do more talking about that and not holding our cards so close, because in the end, I think it's good to talk about what works and what we do. And you know, Sidewinder especially. I'm kind of rambling on here, but Sidewinder, between me and Quentin, I'd have to go back and look at the lap counts, but I bet we did 50, 60 laps on Sidewinder yesterday between him and I. I know I did almost 20 physically with the Razor on, and I know Quentin and I probably each did 25 with the keyboard or the controller as well, just to get a feel for him. So I definitely knew the track there, and we're definitely putting the time in to learn it in every little trick we can find.
Well, we appreciate the knowledge sharing. I'll definitely tell you this, I'll pre-order the ebook as soon as it's available, Casey. I'll be standing in line at midnight. I'll be awaiting it, anticipating it. Thank you, Casey. Glenn, 3 points in the lead here. We saw a bit of a turn of the story on Sidewinder. Were you nervous? You're going up against Casey, the finale. Were you nervous?
Nervous is not the right word. No, I mean it's just fun to play on the controller and go super fast. And yeah, I think it was Casey that moved one lane too many. So yeah, had to give him the Casey wave TM. You know,
the Casey wave TM. What's the Glenn move? We know Timothy's got the little applause. He's got the shushing. What's the Glenn TM?
Ooh, it's maybe for next week if we you know both ride and we can compete for the top spot.
Well, you better be knocking on Timothy's door going, come on, Timothy, where you at? I can't be flying this ship all solo here, but Glenn in the lead, good to see you in. But DK Mansuni says he's just rocking the Lancero Storm today. Somebody who is not rocking the Lancero Storm wave and in a solid second place, who's been second twice now, is Wim Moysen. Now, Wim, you seem to be rocking the slow and steady approach here. What's the strategy? I saw you touch the brake in there. Are you nervous? Do you not know the maps as well? Or is there something that the rest of us don't know?
No, in the last race, as you saw, I used my power-ups in the wrong way. I used inertia too early, so that maybe cost me the win. Because, yeah. But no crashing is going well today.
I like it, no crashing, but now you got Rocky Mountains where you can definitely crash. Do you reckon, come the conclusion of this race, you'll still be at 0 crashes?
Yeah, this one will be difficult because there are, in the second part when you go downhill, there are many corners where you can crash.
You know, ModKG says, Wim always looks so calm, cool, and collected. What's your secret, Wim? What is the Wim way? How do I become the Wim way?
I don't know. It's just me. I don't do anything special for that. But sometimes I look calm on the outside, but on the inside it's different.
I think that's describing 99% of humanity right there. Wim Moysen, everybody, master philosopher. But Wim, glad to have you. And last week we heard how your mom screams when she tried CVRcade and she crashed. So far we haven't heard that scream yet, but who knows? Maybe it's coming here on Rocky Mountains. Good luck, Wim. Good luck, Casey. Good luck, Glenn. Good luck, Mansuni. For Frank, for Homer, for Jennifer, anyone else who is riding physically, and for Quentin who is watching the racing on a controller, on a keyboard. Good luck as well. 10 seconds to go, and then we get ready for the racing. ModKG says it's the pillow behind his head. We need to get him like a CVRcade branded pillow behind his neck. That's how you slip in the merchandise. That is guerrilla marketing. It's feng shui. But here we go. Glenn in the lead coming into the race here. But this is the first of the 2.5 scoring multipliers. It is 2 laps of Rocky Mountains. This is going to be fun. Frank's with the controllers. He is riding the wave. He's hoping to anchor himself onto them for as long as possible. He uses all his supers. He's riding them. He's getting the draft. He understands. But the longer he stays with him, he even passes Wim. He comes to the end, and Frank crashes as he oversees the corner speed. He tried, but that will be an effort that he will be feeling. But the horses keep galloping on the front here. Casey, Mansuni, Kayla, Glenn, and Wim as Casey goes on to the move. He's got weight lifted and wind at his back here at 75 kilometers an hour. He's getting away from the rest here, separating himself and forcing the rest to make a move. And it's Kayla Laguna with wind at her back who seems to be helping Glenn ever so slightly until she now moves on up here. So Mansuni with wind at his back, he'll get on. Going about 72 kilometers an hour here in Rocky Mountains. This is going to be a tough race as Glenn, he was the leader of the race coming into it. He's now in second place, 19 points down. He finds himself out of the draft here. I'm not sure he's used any supers. It may not be cause for panic just yet. And then we've got Wim, who's down in 5th. But Wim has the winning mentality. Wim, the winner here, is just, slow and steady. Just count on everybody else crashing. And then that way, you'll end up in 2nd. And eventually, the law of consistency will see you take 1st. But will it pay off here for Wim, the man with the pillow behind his neck? That's definitely something I'd like to see adapted into physical riding. Maybe that is the secret. Somebody having a pillow strapped, velcroed onto their neck. Maybe feel like that's something Timothy Tamont would attempt. Maybe not today. We'll see. But here we go. Looking through the comments section, we got the chat saying, "Go, go, go, Frank." Jennifer saying, "Go, Frank." And yep, that did not last long. Did not last long. 4 riders remain on the front. Mansuni here is rising on through, and as always with these controller races, it's incredibly close. But right now, losing grip here. Glenn, you're in 4th here. You're out of the draft. Is it time to panic just yet?
No. It's no panic going on. It's okay. We're 1 power up. So I don't know. I think we should be good.
I like you could feel the latency of Glenn getting in the question into the computer. He was computing it, the machines were running, the cogs were running. It's like printing out an answer. No. But Glenn is ready here. He's got 1 super on the rest as he's been counting his versus the rest. Casey on the front here, just on the outside of DK Mansuni. Kayla with the draft. Slingshots right into the back of Mansuni and then on out. So get ready. Here comes the incline. We get onto the descent. Somebody will crash on this descent. Will it be Mansuni? Will it be Kayla? Will it be Casey? Will it be Glenn? Will it be the winning Wim? We'll just see as Kayla pushes on through here as she wants to take a victory away from the racing today. Crossplay racing. CVRcade, the physical esport game that allows you to ride physically but also non-physically. That's what we're seeing in this zone. We're cross-play between Xbox players and PC players on a controller. But Casey knows the inside corner speed. He's at 61 kilometers an hour, and both Mansuni and Kayla went down to 55. So they seemed a bit anxious. They seemed a bit tense on the inside there when Casey Shum is getting away. As we've got Kayla now. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it'll matter on the 2nd lap around as they can come back up. 2 riders. Kayla Laguna, the US of A. DK Mansuni, the Death Knight of Denmark. He is coming back as well here. He sits 4th overall. Lantrell Storm, Mr. Chas is not here today. So DK goes reporting for duty. Where do you want me? 4th place. Right, I'll slot right back in there. Percent arms. But now he moves on up. Casey, ooh, Slides on out. Mansuni and Mansuni! Oh, Mansuni, if you had your winning slip, if you had Mansuni as your winning number, that is the paying one as Mansuni goes down in fourth. He's still ahead of Wim somehow, who hasn't crashed. So it looks like Wim is focusing heavily on not crashing today. A strategy, something that everybody went through initially was, can you ride a full Omnium without crashing? Which is not necessarily an easy thing to go through, as Mod KG, two strings of consciousness. One is go Kayla, and the other one is no Mansuni. So two emotions in rapid succession as he's now going to make it up. But Casey and Kayla are sitting first and second. Glenn keeping one super available here, but he's on the outside. And Glenn, oh, what was that, Glenn? What was that?
Yeah, that was a crash. wasn't checking my speed. I was checking the two guys in the front, and yeah, forgot to check myself.
Glenn, you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself, and there you definitely wrecked. Casey, you look calm, you look collected. You've only got Kayla up there. Everything seems to be going according to plan for you.
Yeah, it's all good except for I don't know the corner speeds on those last two, so I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Well, so far everybody else.
Yeah.
I was going to say nobody else knows it either, Casey, so it looks like you are safe unless Kayla can cause a crash here, but I'm sure you're aware of it. And now, on the flip side, Glenn, who saved his one super, is now activating it here. He's at 83 kilometers an hour, 84 here, as he's trying to gain momentum back. He hits the climb here. He's going to gain a lot of time back, but he's going to have to fight on through it. Again, guys, after this, we've got Dark Matter Velo. Dark Matter Velo on a controller. That is going to be fun. It's going to be difficult, but it's going to determine who actually walks away with the Omnium win at the top. Glenn already won crash. He sits second on the overall, 9 points down on Casey. Not out yet in here in the racing because Kayla could could force a mistake from Casey, and likewise the other way around. And if Glenn moves one spot up, he would gain 13 points. So if he moves up to Monsoon, he would gain 5 points, and then if he gets into second place, he would gain 13 points extra. So 5 points can be gained for Glenn if he catches up to Monsooni. A bit further back, Wim has just used some of his supers as well. Let's get a status update from the main man, Wim. Wim, no crashes so far?
Yes, they are riding too well at front. They need to crash more.
They need to crash. Who do you want to crash? Who do you want to see crash?
It would be cool if I have a power up with a rocket and I can. Yeah, it worked. Kayla's down.
Well, Wim used his mind. We've got Charles Xavier in here using Cerebro, making Kayla Laguna fall down on the front. So Kayla has crashed. She's down in third. What would that power up be called? Would that be the Blocket Rocket power up, or sorry, super? Would that be the one you've got to be able to use? Choose one target, give that person a flat tire. Yeah, Quentin calls it the Pocket Rocket. I like it. I very much like it, but I don't want to let it get to the head of Jonathan Herron. But here goes Glenn. He's got some important points to gain here as he attacks. He passes by Kayla. He's got DK Mansuni, and Casey will not be liking the looks of this as Glenn will be gaining points back. But on the last race, Casey looked quite strong on Dark Matter Velo, and we're heading there after this again. 6.3 kilometers, and now Glenn on the outside of DK Mansuni. They can see Casey Shum up the road here, and they will be required to push on through. You've got 2 weight lifted, 1 quantum shift, and 2 wind at your back. And it looks like Glenn has used pretty much all his. I think Casey has gone through as well a few here. So, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Casey Shum out of the United States of America? Will it be Mansuni out of Denmark? Will it be Glenn Hebelink on his birthday out of Belgium? He smiled. I don't know whether that's because I absolutely butchered it or I got it right. It's a 50-50 these days, but regardless, it's a close enough attempt. As Wim is further down, Quentin is there as well. You know, we have 2 Belgians in here, so we can get Quentin Molyneux to give us the correct pronunciation. Quentin, how do you say Glenn's last name?
Habeling.
Bless you. Is that what is it with Belgians and your last names? Does it mean something? Does it mean something that we don't know?
Some do and others don't. We had a course in high school that determined the meaning of some surnames. I know mine was related to somebody working at a mill. But I don't know
because
what
you're grinding all that money.
Could be.
Making all that dough. I see it. I see it. Molyneux. It could be a mill. What do you think shum? What do you think shum means? Is that like shoemaker? Is that like short for shoemaker?
I think that must have been somebody who was a village idiot and who was shaming everybody, and so shame became shum. So I think that's where that came from.
That's it. There could be no other possible explanation for that last name. I just think that Quentin Molyneux, everybody in there. Casey, any remarks, any comebacks to that one?
Nah, I don't know where the name comes from, but that's pretty funny. I know from genealogy history, I think it was Schumann when they came over on the boat, my family, and then they shortened it to Shum, and I think it's German heritage, I believe.
Well, before you know it, as time passes on by, it'll get shortened down to Shu. Or maybe just SCH, as you got CH in there already, Casey, taking on the heritage of Cycling Hub. Well, Kayla's just crashed again. Mansuni has gone on to the attack, and Glenn has been caught in the wake once more. Back to the drawing board for the Belgian here as he fights to get back on up to Mansuni. Casey's got an 8-second lead. He's leading by 14 points on the leaderboard. This gives him a good starting point coming into the last race of the day, which is Dark Matter Velo. It'll be 8 laps. You've got Uncrashable, and Uncrashable on a controller, that's going to be fast. You could almost do a full lap probably with the Uncrashable lasting from the end. Nope, I get a head shake from Casey, I get a head shake from Gustav. So both of them here head shaking, so definitely not able to do. But what I meant with a full, I'm not even going to try and save it. We got Casey in the attack still. Glenn Mansuni. Mansuni not being in 4th place, as we're going to see. In the Urban Dictionary, Shum is an extremely good-looking kit. There you go, Casey. Now, is that like Wikipedia, where you can just go in quickly and, adjust the definition at some point? I feel like Casey, one arm on the controller, one arm over adjusting the Urban Dictionary. Do that after he says Urban Dictionary has a very positive number 1 definition for Shum and number 2 not so positive. Well, so there you know. The more you know, everybody. Mansuni is pushing on through here. He's got 2 kilometers to go. He's slowing down. He is tethering the acceleration. Kayla has crashed again. I can just imagine Kayla. You guys, you've seen Kayla numerous times. She's just like throwing her arms. She's like slapping herself. They're like, what are you doing? Well, I'm so thankful I just saw our producer not clicking replay on that one, so that got missed. But I can only imagine Kayla's 4th crash. That would sting, as they're all crashed that could be prevented. But Mansuni's not too far back. He's 4 seconds off the back here of Casey Shum. If he's got a super available, if he's got a super or 2, he could do what Quentin Molyneux did in the Derny Cup coming on through here. But it all really depends on what Mansuni have left currently out on the road. But looking at the scoreboard, it is Casey Shum at 139.5. It is Glenn 125.5, Mansuni 117.5, and Wim 112.5. Now, Wim was able to make Kayla crash earlier, so maybe it's Wim who all this time has just been thinking with the pocket rocket, just going, come on Kayla, crash again, and it's been succeeding. But here we go, coming up to the finale, 600 meters left. It's Casey Shum, it's Mansuni, it is Glenn down in 3rd. It doesn't look like Mansuni has got any more supers left here. as we come to the finish line. Casey Shum will take another victory here as he won the first race on Kalis Mountain Track, and he will win Rocky Mountains. One last race here today, guys, in Zone L of the CV. Well, it's not really CVRcade Derny Cup, that was Zone K. This is generic cross-play racing, where Xbox players can come in and have fun. Physical riders can get some exercise. It's Casey who won it. Then we got Wim versus Kayla here on a controller. Wim is just on the inside here. He's not able to come around. He's in the draft. If he gets a slingshot here, he might be able to move around. He's got the inside line. Wim Moisen with oh, if you used it earlier, Wim. Oh, Wim. Oh, everybody's hearts just broke there for a second. I think if Wim has used his quantum shift in the corner, gotten the draft through Kale and come through, but it looked to be close then Quinton. Let's have a look at the finishing replays again as we get ready in 5 minutes time to head to Dark Matter Velo. 8 laps with 1 uncrashable. We're going to see who is going to win here. Sebastian Kuhn gave up 2nd place in the CVRcade Derny Cup racing as he crashed on the final straight, the final lap here. As you see DK Mansuni trying to catch up. Casey, now we go on Dark Matter Velo. It's controller. It's pretty much all or nothing. I think if you win, you can allow Glenn to get 2nd. Or if Glenn wins, you can come 2nd and still take it. How is this differing on a controller?
Oh, this is going to be a mess on the controller. You've got infinite power, and you're going to overshoot a corner. I will be shocked if anybody on a controller makes it without wrecking, and I actually predict a Frank win here. If Frank's still riding, Frank will win this. I'd like to think that I can beat him, but I'll wreck at some point. There's no doubt.
We do have Frank in here, and Frank is riding on Rocky Mountain still. Frank, can I come to you, or are you fighting to finish Rocky Mountains?
No, there's no hope.
Well, you heard Casey say you're the favorite here. What do you think? Do you agree with that, even though you're up against controllers?
I think it's me and Homer. See who can take the physical.
Oh, we'll let Frank get ready for that finish to take it, because I know both him and Homer equally want to win it. So we'll come back to Frank. I wasn't sure which of the questions he was saying there's no hope to there, so I went with it. But let's go and talk. Wait, Timothy!
Hey, man. Hey.
It seems like you're cherry-picking your races.
Yeah, you would think so. No, I sat down with Vanessa and the team to try and fix it. So for now, it's all fixed, the physical part. So I should be good for Saturday. And now it's Dark Matter Velo again. So I got to win it again, you know.
We'll see. Glenn, you've got Timothy coming in here. What do you think of Timothy's cherry-picking strategy of just racing Dark Matter Velo twice? Are you disappointed?
Yeah, I'm starting having some doubts here. Is it just because of my birthday that he wanted to, sabotage me, or no? It's all good. Like he was so bummed about it. I kind of felt bad for him, so I'm glad he can do his favorite track.
But Glenn, this could end up compromising your position. For you to beat Casey here, you kind of need to win this race.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try my best, but as Casey said, this track is a mess on the controller. You have so much power that it's gonna be inevitable. Like a crash is gonna come soon, like you see right here.
I did see it. Now, good luck, Glenn. 2 minutes 40 seconds remaining. We also have Wim. Wim almost beat Kayla. Almost. You got so close.
Yeah.
I think she crashed like 4 times.
I really need to learn for next time to use my power-ups better, because that is not working in this Omnium, but this Omnium, my goal is not to crash.
I like it, not to crash. I mean, that is the first stepping stone of getting better. Have you been practicing much on the Xbox? Have you been playing on your own, doing some of the physical replays?
I've taken some time to get to know the corner speeds.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Wim coming into this one prepared, taking the time knowing the corner speeds. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Mutt KG is expecting a crash fest. I'm not sure. I think if you know the corner speeds, you just have a controller. You may get a bit trigger happy trying to accelerate into the corners, but if you can contain yourself, if you can keep yourself controlled, it should not be too different in theory, but that's where execution can be completely different. When you write something down on paper, you think up a strategy as the highlights are running. Wim can barely come around the corner here, so I've seen him crash 3 times in the same corner. Hopefully he's just getting out all the crashes before the last event here today. We do have Zone T later tonight. We'll have Mr. Aaron Starlin come into the broadcast here, sit down, and he will talk over some of the non-physical racing. You did hear earlier where Frank Garcia politely laid down a little bit of a challenge to Casey Shum, saying, Casey, if you are back for Zone T later, I will duke it out on a controller. We can see if it's better, but I think as we see, that was Wim again. But just pointing out that was Wim, the guy who said he didn't want to crash. It's all fair. Good luck, Wim. We got 30 seconds to go. Few riders win or go home. Physical, non-physical. You've got Casey, Glenn, Mansuni, Wim within 27 points of each other. Quentin, Frank, Kayla, Homer, Jennifer, all very close as well. 20 seconds left. Frank's in here. Ryan is in here. It seems like when Dark Matavello is on, everyone's like, this is my chance. I won't see this for a while. I gotta race this. And here we go. 7 seconds, 5 seconds. Who's gonna win? I like how Casey's like cheating off the line ever so slowly, just holding down the power button and easing up through. Uncrashable gets used from all 4 front riders. Frank and everybody. Mansuni, Wim goes down. They come on through. It's Timothy Tamont on the inside here, but they've got a break, and they do. But Casey goes all the way down to 13 kilometers an hour, and that's the Uncrashables gone. Glenn falls down. It's Timothy, it's Casey, it's Frank Garcia in third, and a 190 equalized heart rate. He pushed through the first corner. He was Casey's favorite to win this one as Glenn goes down again. No birthday presents here. Fighting it out for the physical and non-physical between Quentin, Frank, etc. As you can see, Timothy, he is looking at the screen. The king of the bottom left-hand corner has become the king of the left side corner instead, as he is currently in the lead. Timothy, 1.8 kilometers to go. So far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good. I think I was the only one who kept going to the inside lane for when we all used Uncrashables. So I think that got me. Oh, I'm gonna crash here. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, no, I think. Oh, bye, Casey. I think that got me into that first place, and now I'm just got to defend against Frank. 3 seconds down. Nah, he's not coming back. I think I got this.
Why use Uncrashable in the very first corner?
Because everybody else did. And if they got a lead, like, I don't want to be chasing here. So that's why I use it as well. I was going to save it first, but everybody was using it, so I was like, okay, I'll do it myself.
Got it. Timothy Tamont, everybody currently leading. But Frank Garcia physically is second here. He did say in Zone K, the earlier zone, this is his favorite zone for the racing. He sits 5th overall here, 2nd in the racing. And if Timothy crashes, he'll be the next one to move on up into the leaders. And Frank, just a tiny bit too high, 35 kilometers an hour. He slides into the barrier. He's going to block this entire road. Frank Garcia holding up Quentin as Timothy goes down. Oh, Timothy Tamont has got 6 seconds down to Casey. He said bye-bye, Casey, and now they're right on each other's tail. 1 kilometer to go here. Heavyweight bout on Dark Matter Velo. Casey goes for the overtake. He accelerates through on the left here. He's got a chance, but he's only got 3 laps to come on through. Casey has already won the overall Omnium, but I think he wants to take this victory now as he tries to move on up. He tries to gain on Timothy as Casey goes down. He tried, he pushed it. You push it, Timothy, with a Timothy Tamont wave TM, as Glenn called it. He waved to the camera. 2 laps to go here. Timothy is smiling. Timothy has raced Dark Matter Vela twice today. It's also the only race he's raced twice today, as he'll go on and take the victory again a second time here. As Timothy Tamont on a controller. He has the best and quickest time on the leaderboards, and he's showing just why, as his equalized heart rate is popping in and out. I saw 97, I see 80 now, so he's cooling down, he's calming down. If we go back down, the fight for third and fourth here between Frank and Ryan and Kayla is heating up. You've got Frank and Ryan, both physical, as we're entering their last lap. By the way, there goes Ryan. Ryan Goldenberg crashes on down, and goodbye to him. This opens it up. As long as Frank doesn't crash, he will take the win for the physical riders. Timothy Tamont has got the last 100 meters to go. He starts celebrating prematurely. The last time he did that, Niels Heldens came around and took him on the line. Casey Shum will finish his ride, and he takes the Omnium. Kayla versus Frank here. Close third place finish. Kayla is creeping on the inside, but Frank does not let the pressure get to him. Wim Moisen with Uncrashable at the very end. Said he was going to get better at his supers. It's better. A few crashes. Ruins his unbroken run here. And Glenn, if you can turn on your audio as you go down again. Glenn, is it state of like national emergency in Belgium for you?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's so hard on the controller, this map, and then my first crash, and I just wanted to try and push it as hard as I could, and I just, kept crashing then after, so.
Well, it's been good racing here today. Let's get the final words of the day from Casey Shum. Casey, that was fun. That was back and forth racing here today on the controller and the Derny. What were your thoughts on this race, and also what are your thoughts on Saturday? We've heard from a few of your fellow racers. They've got their eyes on Saturday. What do you think is going to happen this coming weekend?
Yeah, I mean, today was good. It was a lot of fun, and Timothy and I were very similar on this one. It was just a matter of mistakes, but that's fun to do like that. Yeah, Saturday's going to be good racing. It's pretty clear that the competition is getting much stiffer, much more level across the groups. The days of expecting, consistent podium finishes are just getting, that's just tougher and tougher to do. And we've got to just keep working and keep improving. Sebastian and Cognition, those guys were really tough last week. Velocity has been consistently coming on. Hive, I know, is going to be coming back for more. Timothy got a little bit of a rest day today, which we may pay for on Saturday. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Saturday. I think it'll be a lot of fun. The tracks are getting different. Some of the different racing we're doing as far as power-ups and strategy and some of that stuff is kind of getting mixed up a little bit. So I think that all just adds to the complexity between the teams and who kind of adapts to those changes and who comes in with fresh legs and is ready to go.
It's going to be explosive. It's going to be fun. Every team is going to be out to prove themselves. Thank you, Casey. Good racing today. Let's get the final word here from Wim Moisen, because Wim, in the broadcast today, we've heard from Glenn already, so let's hear from Wim. Wim, good racing from you today. What did you learn from the racing? And as a spectator, what do you expect from this coming Saturday's racing in the CVRcade World Cup?
What I have learned in last race, I had practice going in the most out lane, but Mansuni was in the lane, and then I panicked and I crashed 2 times. So I learned in last race I need to be able to adopt when there are changes happening in the race.
And looking forward to Saturday, as a keen spectator, who do you think is the favorite in your eyes, and how do you think the racing will unfold?
I don't know yet. I was just so focused on this race today that I don't really know about Saturday, but I know it will be exciting to watch. So, yeah, that is what I'm expecting.
you've got to pick a favorite, Wim. Out of the teams, you've got to pick a team. Who do you reckon at the end of Saturday, who wins the Omnium?
I think Team Cognition will win because Sebastian is going fast and Homer has no beard left, so they will be on fire.
I love that explanation. I mean, there it is. The key to world peace is that Homer doesn't have a beard. That, if everybody could just see that, I think the world would be a better place. Wim, thank you very much for joining in. We've got the last bit of highlights of the Cade racing that we've seen today here in Zone L, the crossplay between Xbox and PC. Thank you so much for tuning in. What you've been hearing us talk about is Saturday's racing. It's the CVRcade World Cup. It's the pinnacle event. It is where, you know, if you think Tuesday's amazing racing, if you think Thursday's amazing racing, Saturday's just another level. We've got more racing tonight like this, but then we'll be back again on Saturday for Zones K and L. It's been a pleasure. It was good to see the Derny Cup go underway. It was Team Cycling Hub at the top, taking back their crown. Casey and Quinton in strong fashion. And then it was Casey again winning here with Glenn Mansuni Wim further up. Thank you so much for watching. 7 hours. Aaron Starlin will be in the spot commentating some more CVRcade racing. But until then, we'll see you.
But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.